Hey, what's up everyone? In today's video, we are going to look at a couple places that you can shop at online to buy good leather to make wallets. And we're going to look at stuff that is available in smaller project size panels as well as full size shoulders and sides to get your projects completed. Just a heads up before we get started, I have a new template coming out. It'll be a free PDF download, and it is a little map case style satchel. So if you're not subscribed, please subscribe now and you will be notified immediately once the video gets posted and you can download this template. Okay, let's get started. Just a caveat before we get started, this list will be extremely US focused. It's just these are the places I buy my leather from. If you have any suggestions for places in your country that are similar to these options here that you'd like to plug, please put them in the comments section below. I'm sure it'll be helpful to a lot of other people. The first group of websites we're going to look at are places where you can buy smaller amounts of leather. For example, if you just want to test out something, or if you have just one project you're working on, say you want to make a really nice wallet for your dad in like fine Italian leather or something like that, and you don't need to buy an entire side, you just want to get a smaller piece. One of the first places I check is Rocky Mountain Leather Supply. And all of these websites have a slightly different method for how they sort their leather. So you kind of just have to play around with what you're looking for. So obviously going to leather, and then Rocky Mountain, you can sort by application. So since we're looking for wallets, I would come over here to wallets. And now we have a sorting of leathers that are most likely sorted by weight. And we have a list. First, we're starting with some goat leathers from France. Then you get into the Italian veg tans, like your Buckleguy and your Badalassi Carlo. And you got a good option. You got some good options here. Some museum calf, that's super nice stuff. And then you would just be sorting by the weights most likely. So anything in the, I like to stick anywhere from 2.5 at the low end to 4 ounce at the high end. Anything 4.5 ounces and over, you can do it, but it's not going to be as nice as if you're using the lighter weights. So for example, here's some Buckleguy and some 3 ounce Buckleguy. And then you can just see what they have in stock. You can order by, 1 square foot, 12 inch by 12 inch, 12 by 24, single shoulder and double shoulder. And you can even split it down if you want. So this whiskey Buckleguy, if you've never used this stuff, it is beautiful. And then they give you all the information you need, what the kind of firmness, what it looks like, is it burnishable, etc., etc. So Rocky Mountain Leather Supply is one of the first places I check when I'm looking for some really nice wallet leathers. Okay, the next place I like to look is District Leather Supply. District Leather Supply is another place that specializes in smaller pieces of leather that can be split down to whatever size you want. So I would go here, check by, so they have it sorted by tannery, by color, and by cut. So whatever you're interested in doing here, I would go by pre-cut panels, since that's what we would be looking for. And then you have your selection here. You have your Wicked and Craig's, some SB Foot, some of the Italian tanneries here. Some tanneries I've never heard of. But again, it's the same setup as the last one. You can go in, let's see. MPG Apollo. I've never heard of it. Let's check it out. And then you have your sizes that they offer: 4x18, 8x18, shoulder, double shoulder, and then a custom splitting option. So as you see down here, the weight, 5 to 5.5 ounce. I think that would definitely be a little bit too thick for an entire wallet. So you might want to come here, then you would split this down to 3, 3.5, or 2.5, 3, even 3.5, 4. And they'll run this panel through their splitter and take off some bulk for you. And then there's some information about the tannery and what kind of leather you're getting. So again, this is another great option for buying panels. The next place I would check is probably one of my favorite websites to buy all things leather related, and that is Buckleguy. Apparently I can't spell. And Buckleguy has really increased the amount of leather panels and smaller pieces that they have this year. They didn't used to have as much as they do now. So I would come into leather and then leather panels. And you can see the options they have listed here. They have Horween, Corba Buffalo Calf, Richard Hoffman, I'd never even heard of that, and then Wicked and Craig panels. Sort through their selection here. Let's check out this Dublin English tan. Okay, and then you have your options here, how much square footage you want, and then what weight options they have. So they have a pretty decent selection here. So I would, if I was making wallets, I would go with 3.5, 4 ounces. And not in stock. Probably very popular right now because we're all home doing crafts. But you get the idea. And then you go below and you have your descriptions of what their sizes are, what weights they have offered, and what the leather is like. I've never even heard of this. Richard Hoffman's leather. Looks nice. Oh, it's from Germany. Okay, cool. So yeah, I mean, where else are you going to get a affordable small piece of leather from a tannery in Germany that you can just make a wallet out of? Not very many places. So next we're going to look at a couple of places I would go to look if I was looking to buy leather and at least the size of a shoulder and higher, so but usually a side. First we'll take a look at one of the favorites, and that's Maverick Leather. So when you're shopping at Maverick Leather, you are going to get a good deal because it's mostly seconds. So tanneries will either have overruns or sides that just don't meet their grade A expectations, and then Maverick Leather will then sell them, distribute them at a slightly more discounted price. It's a little bit more of a random selection though, so you never know quite what's going to be in stock. But let's say if we wanted to check out what kind of Horween deals we could get, I might check Chrome Excel, and you got your listings, except I kind of wish they would list the weight of the leather on this page here so you know what you're looking at. But here's a nice natural Chrome Excel. For the 5 ounces, you can make it work. Check out some other stuff here. And then I would also check Derby, Dublin, Essex. Those are good leathers for making wallets. And you have a whole bunch of options here. Some nice brown treated Essex. Again, 4 to 5 ounces. It's a little bit on the thick side. But you get the idea. You just have to check back more often than not because this selection always changes. Another main place that I check is, again, going back to Buckleguy. Come into leather, and I think it's pretty much the same. So we have French double butts, Corbicaf, Richard Hoffman sides, Riccardo shell cordovan, that's the Italian shell cordovan, some Sedgwick bends, that's usually really thick English bridle, and then Wickett and Craig sides. I actually buy a lot of my Wickett and Craig from here because I find it usually faster. They ship faster than the Tannery does direct, as long as it's in stock. You know, here's those Richard Hoffman sides. Let's go down to what I normally get. Here's an extremely popular size and tannage, the traditional harness leather and buck brown leather, buck brown color, sorry. And then you come here and select your thickness. You can do 2.5 to 3, 3.5 to 4. I would select 3.5 to 4. Ooh, out of stock. Everybody's buying up the leather. But you get the idea. Those would be the ones that you'd want. Then they just talk about the tannages, the weights that you need, and what kind of size you're getting, etc., etc. But you got a whole lot of options here. I also buy my just blank tooling leather, my just regular natural veg tan from here as well. Let's see if they have it in stock. This they have in stock. So, you know, 3.5, 4 ounce natural veg tan, you can dye your own wallets, etc. Okay, the next website we're going to look at is not as common, but I like to use them if I'm looking for a nice, affordable blank and natural veg tan, and that is leatherplan.com. So they are a distributor of Sapisi leather. I think that's how you say it. Based in California, and they have a lot of options. I've never really done too much with the other stuff, but I like to check their sides. It's been a while since I've been on this website, so I'm going to click around here. So here would be a natural 3.5 to 4 ounce tooling leather. You can see some of the examples here. Nice little card holder. And just goes through the, talks about what you're getting, and see, as you can see, it's a little bit cheaper. So this side is $134.99 minus shipping, of course. And the natural veg from like Wickett and Craig start at basically like $225. So if you're looking for a nice affordable option, which is still a decent leather, I think Leatherplan is a good idea. Again, I haven't really bought too much from them. It's basically just been a couple sides of this natural veg, but I like working with them. So the next place we're going to look at is by Horween Leather, and that's Tannery Row. So Tannery Row is, let me load the site here, basically the retail arm of Horween. So if you're a big company and you want to order a lot of Horween leather, you'll go directly to the tannery. If you're looking to buy some smaller pieces, I think they sell pieces, but at least a side, if you just want one side of Chrome Excel or Dublin or Essex or anything like that, you would come to Tannery Row. So let's check out this Dublin here. So as we saw on Maverick, Maverick has Dublin, Derby, Essex, Chrome Excel, but those are ones that had, you know, mostly have errors to the tannage or to the dyeing process or something like that. These are the grade A ones, and they have a grade A price tag, let me tell you. So here would be a Dublin, then you can select the weight, so a 3 to 4 ounce Dublin for our wallets, and then your color. Natural Dublin, beautiful. Let's see how much this costs. They don't even tell you on the page. They don't want you to know. Oh, 280. Yeah, so, you know, a side of 3 to 4 ounce Dublin from Tannery Row, it's going to run you about 280 before shipping. It's worth it, but it is not cheap. So this would be a great option for when you know you need a good amount of the leather that you're working with, and it's a Horween leather, and you're willing to shell out the cash. The next option I do is buying Wickett & Craig leathers directly from the Wickett & Craig tannery. Wickett & Craig. So the nice thing about Wickett & Craig is they let you call up and order just one side of whatever you want. A lot of tanneries don't do this. Like, you can't call up Herman Oak and ask for one side, and you have to buy at least 10, or it was at least 10 when I tried. It might be different now. So you would come, let's say you wanted that buck brown harness leather that we saw on Buckleguy, but they didn't have it in stock. You can check with the tannery. Come to their traditional harness here, and gives you the breakdown of the price and the selection and everything like that. So here's the buck brown. You would go to standard. Standard would be the best one. If you don't care, you can go utility or special. And then here's the base price. So you would take 9 to 11 ounces, and then you would call them and you would ask them to split it down to 3.5 ounces, or whatever you want. I don't remember the exact cost on that, but it's usually per square foot of the side that you're getting is how much cost it adds on. So yeah, you could just call them up and be like, I want a buck brown traditional harness leather, split down, standard split down to 3.5, 4 ounces. And then you can have them refinish the flesh side so it has a nice even color. And that is available for all of the Wickett & Craig leathers. If you wanted to get the natural tooling leather, just a natural veg tan, what people call it, same thing. You would just call them up and then have them split it down to the weight that you want. And outside of buying from Buckleguy, this is also my second most common way of getting the leather. I'm in Pennsylvania, so shipping's pretty good for me. So this is a great option. The next place we're going to look at is if you are into the really fine, like luxury European aesthetic, like stuff like Peter Neats or like an Hermes bag or something like that, and that would be fine leather working. So let's see what they have here. You know, some full grain calf, shrunken calf, box calf, and then some goat leathers. So this is all very fine European aesthetic. But this stuff makes absolutely beautiful wallets. Check out this alpine calf. You know, here's all the sizes you can get. Full hide's only, 20 square feet at the biggest. That's pretty nice. And you get a side for 8 square feet. And again, it's broken down. You can see the weights. Some nice close-up pictures. I don't do too much of this type of work, but it's really nice stuff. Box calf, shrunken calf, and all kind of nice stuff. So if you're into that style of leather working, this is a great option to pick up some leather to make your wallets. And I'll do 2 quick more mentions. I've never ordered from either of these places, but I figured I would give them a plug. If you are in Canada, I might suggest checking out OA Leather Supply. It seems to be like the Rocky Mountain Leather Supply or District Leather of Canada. Same type of setup. Again, they have their leather by thicknesses, so you can check out 3 to 4 ounces here. Cool. Yeah, so they have some SB foot, some Saffiano leather, some Tasman, Horween, got a whole bunch of stuff on here. Some Riccardo Shell Cordovan, some Buttero. Yeah, so they got a lot of stuff that we've been looking at. These pictures look great. So again, this is an option if you are in Canada, or ordering from Canada is a better option for you than ordering from the US. And the last mention is exclusively for exotics. So if you want to make something out of alligator or lizard or anything like that, and you're willing to spend a lot of money, you can check out AmTan, American Tanning and Leather. American Tanning and Leather. We're based out of Georgia. I've never ordered anything like this, so I'm not sure what the process is exactly, but I'm sure they would be helpful. So here, let's check out American Alligator. Wow. Yeah, and here's, some of this. Again, I don't know how to deal with this type of leather, but if you want a nice alligator wallet, this is where you would go. All right, well, that will conclude today's video. It's just a look at some of the places I go to when I am selecting leathers to make wallets, and it is by no means an exhaustive list. Again, if you have places you like to buy from, please list them in the comment section below. I'm sure it'll be very helpful to a lot of people who are just looking for new leathers or getting started. Again, I have some new templates coming out. I'm going to get started on some bag stuff, so if you found this video at all helpful, I would really appreciate to hit the like button and subscribe to be notified of all future videos coming out. Thanks for watching.